Hey everyone, it's Monday here at Craft Clutch, and that means it's Make Something Monday. And today we're going to make something to kick off Shark Week. What I have here is a candy mold, and since I just recently discovered that I can use plastic molds with my resin, I'm all over it. So I found this Lollipop Mold, and as you can see there's a shark there, a starfish, some other stuff, and I'm going to do actually the starfish, the turtle, and the shark if I have enough resin. And what I'm going to do is, this is a Lollipop mold, and the reason I'm doing this is one of my subscribers, Patricia, had suggested that I make pens with Lollipop molds, and I thought, well, that's a really interesting idea. And I found some very thin pens, however they were still too thick, so I'm going to have to take it in a different direction to make it. And what I've used is mineral oil to prepare my mold. I took an old paintbrush and I brushed in all the cracks and crevices of the ones that I was going to use, and then I also did it around a little bit in case there was any leaking of the resin. And I prepared my resin, which is the Easy Cast resin. And as always, you can find it at your craft stores online, and if you're having trouble finding it, go to their website at www.eti-usa.com, and they should be able to help you figure out how to find it. The first one is going to be the shark, and I have an extra little cup here, and I have my Pearl X pigment powders. And this pigment powder I have is in an argent antique, so it's basically silver. And I have an extra little cup where I'm going to pour some resin into it. I'm going to estimate how much I need, I don't really know. And I'm going to throw some of this in here. I want this to be pretty solid, but it's going to, have kind of a sparkle to it. Now my only concern is that it might spill out a little bit, so we'll find out with the first one. If not, I have kind of an idea of what to do. I'm going to put the stick in there, and I'm going to put it in pretty far. Yeah, see, it's wanting to come out. So what happened is it started spilling, so I stuck a piece under here to kind of make the mold shift a little bit, and I'll have to even it out a little bit eventually. But on this other side, what I'm planning on doing is taking a little bit of hot glue and putting a dab there, sticking the stick in, and then it should be okay. And we don't care if the glue's there because we can take care of that later. So I'm going to start by the turtle. Man, I hope that was. I'm going to put a dab of glue, and then I'm going to stick this in there. I can stick all the way in there for a little extra support. And then I'll throw a little more glue. There we go, and that should take care of the whole thing. Now I am going to do that here. I don't think it'll help. I think it'll be too late with the shark. Shark's just got a set, and now I'm going to do the starfish. And again, I'm going to take some of my resin, put it in a smaller cup. Okay. And this one I'm going to do with just glitter. And I'm not filling it all the way since I want to put the glitter in. And I have some orange glitter, so we're going to make him nice and bright. Just want to be careful that you don't get it all over your other stuff too. And this is the chunkier glitter. And then I'm going to spread things around a little bit. So I overflowed this one, so I'm going to have to do a little trimming on this one. I can see it already. Okay. So that's the second one. We'll let that be. And the third one is going to be the turtle. And I'm going to kind of do a combo on this one. I have chunky glitter and I have fine glitter, both in green, but they are different. I'm going to pour the glitter into some resin. So I'm going to just mix the resin in there, or the glitter into the resin. And then I'm going to pour some of this really fine green glitter in as well. And I'll give it a little mix and see what happens. Everyone, I'm back to unmold the little lollipop guys, and I've had it in the freezer for quite some time because it was not just popping out. And this is when I use the mineral oil. And I gotta say, I think the Vaseline worked a little bit better. Well, this isn't too bad. Here it is. I'm gonna let that cool off. There's the turtle. Now I may have problems with the shark. I'm gonna have to work on that one. Now this one, I did know that I overfilled, so I'm just going to take some scissors and trim any of the edges. I can even use like an X-Acto knife and just cut the edges if it's an area where the scissors don't go into. Alright, well it took a while and I finally pried that sucker out of there, so he is done. And what I need to do now is paint these guys, and I'm just using regular acrylic paint. Okay, I'm back, and here are the pens that I'm using. And I have trimmed with my wire cutters. I've cut down the shark stick. And so what I'm going to do is take my hot glue and this is my new red glue gun, which heats up really well and really fast. So I'm pretty pleased with it. And somebody had asked me, I got it at Michael's. So far so good, but I've only used it a couple times. So I can't sing the praises quite yet, but so far it seems pretty good. So all I'm going to do is squirt some of the glue in there. And then I'll put and some of it will blob out probably. There we go. It didn't. Once you have it glued in there, I'm going to use duct tape to cover it, like I did the floral tape on the flowers before for the green. And what I'm going to do here is use red, and I'm using red because when you think sharks, you think blood, because they attack people, so that's a stereotype. I'm not saying it's true or not true. I don't want to offend any shark people. But I'm going to do little strips around it, because when I tried to do it kind of in one continuous strip, it was kind of not pretty. So there you go. There's your shark pen. And the cap doesn't really fit on anymore, so this is more, I would say do this if you want to do something decorative, or you can always stop a little further up, and then the pen cap will still go on. You just kind of want to measure that beforehand in case you want to carry it around with you. So I'm going to finish the other two with some other kinds of duct tape, and then I'll be back. So here are the pens all finished, and I got smart on these two. And instead of going around like I did on the shark in the short strips, I grew a brain and decided go one long strip, and then I did it around. So it looks a lot better and neater there. So here's a starfish, here's a turtle, here is the shark for Shark Week. I hope you like it, hope you give it a try. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And what I want to know from you guys is, since I didn't make anything to hold these, what would you make as like a pen holder for these? You know, like the flower pot I did and decorated the flower pot. What creative way would you think would be a fun way to kind of keep these in place? Leave it in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Thanks you guys so much for watching. Happy crafting, and more crafts are on the way. Thanks a lot.